What's up, guys? I'm probably talking to myself. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those that will be watching it later, of course, but I actually wanted to work on a personal project, so I just figured it's okay to just stream it, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna stream what I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna share my screen, but I'm just gonna keep you company, and if you want to keep me company as well, you're welcome to do that. I'll turn on my timer as soon as I start right here. I hope that's a good position, but I hope so. But my timer will be right there, and if it's time for a break, just drag it onto the screen and we'll have a break or whatever. So I actually haven't had my dinner yet. Just came back from work, so I'm actually gonna probably put this on a break first before I actually start streaming and working. And also let me know how my mic sounds. Recently got it, so I'm trying to use it as much as I can, but otherwise yeah, the time actually right now here in South Africa, I'm from South Africa, if you didn't know, but as it stands, the time here, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but it's a little bit too bright. If you can see that on camera, it's actually 18 no, it's 13, it's 2013. So it's not yet too late, but still just the evening. So I'm just gonna put you guys, start my break for now, and then we can start coding right after this. In the meantime, we can actually just have a conversation, I guess you could put it. Let's have a conversation. Let me grab my sandwich. Oh no, actually I'm having a wrap, not a sandwich. But shout out to Kauai. They make really good wraps. So what I got actually is an Avo falafel. It's actually one of my favorite wraps from Kauai. So Kauai, if you want to sponsor me in the future, don't hesitate. That is really good. That is really delicious. So if you want to go to Kauai, please do. Very healthy alternative to McDonald's or KFC or whatever fast food place you can think of. This is actually very interesting because I've never actually streamed in my life. Okay, I have, but I've actually not token. This is so bad. Token! What the hell? Oh no. I said token. I've never spoken on stream. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna look back at this and I'm gonna laugh so bad at myself for having even made this public to the internet. Token? This is not Jason Token, what the hell? Okay. I also have my drink. Don't laugh at me, this is a Lego mug. LOL, Matati. Hi Matati, my first person to ever talk on stream. Delicious. Hi Matati, how are you? I don't know if you're still there or there's like a bit of lag or whatever, but how are you? Welcome to my stream. I'm here to entertain you. This is interesting, I guess. I don't even know what to talk about. Oh no. I'm slowly realizing that actually, if somebody walks on this stream and finds me eating, they might actually think I'm doing like a mukbang or whatever. So, please, I'm actually gonna do what the title says. Oh yeah, this Lego mug. Oh yeah, it is definitely fire. I mean, look at it. Actually, I do have some pieces, but right now this is what I have on it. But it's actually fire. And if you notice something, black Lego mug, black outfit, black drink inside. I'll let you guess what that is. But Matatsi MM. You know, I actually thought you said LOL at first. But now I'm slowly realizing it's Matatsi MM. I'm fantastic, Matatsi. Actually, you know what, Matatsi? I'm actually just gonna take a screenshot of this, just so in the future I can remind myself who the first person to actually comment on my stream was. And also, of course, this is gonna be on YouTube, so I'll be able to see this forever and ever. My mistakes. But wait, Matatsi, do you code? Firstly, that's an interesting question. Do you code? I actually do know that a large amount of people who actually subscribe to this channel, Mr. Turner himself. Wow. Mr. Turner himself. He's on my stream. What the heck? This is really cool. I actually thought nobody was gonna watch this, so it's actually interesting to see that there's people watching this. Mr. Turner, how are you? Actually, let me do this. 1 second. I'm actually gonna message Mr. Turner here because he's on my stream. I just messaged Mr. Turner. Ah, so cool, man. Really cool. Yeah, I'm hoping I can keep this up, you know? I'm hoping I can keep this up. But, yeah. I'm trying to make this a regular thing where after I come back from work, I actually just do a quick stream. And maybe code or something. Matatsi MM, you are actually learning Java right now. Great programming language. Can't complain for the most part. It'll be interesting actually to know if this is your first programming language or you're just trying to add something to your toolbox. If it is your first programming language, great language to learn. I mean, after all, it actually just gives you a wide understanding of almost pretty much a wide variety of programming languages, so you won't really have much of difficulty trying to branch off to something new. So great choice. Some people actually go for C++, C#, but Java is actually a great choice. So is that for varsity or you just adding to a toolkit? Hey yo, Sihle Jali. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I do think Python is also like a great choice actually to start with. I mean, it has the easiest syntax that you can understand. It's far simpler compared to most programming languages compared to Java. I would say it's much easier. As to, I mean, sometimes, right? Let's just say sometimes if you go for the harder thing, you might actually just become better faster, right? I don't know if you agree with me on that, but if you do go for like something harder like Java, after like 6 months you'll come out way much better compared to, let's say, you go for something easier like Python. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but somebody can disagree with me on that one. I have some viewers. What the heck? Who would have known? What the fuck? Object not set to an instance of an object. What the heck? What the heck? Sister, what's going on? Hey, being a comedian here, brother. What's going on? Damn, nigga, I'm supposed to be the comedian here. What's going on? Ooh, a Python girly here. That's great, actually. C++ was the first programming language. Great, fantastic. And then you're doing Java because of Varsity now. Which they tend to do that because if you notice, actually, most companies here in South Africa, okay, let's just say a good amount of them actually hire you for C++ or Java. So I think that's why like your Varsity is actually advising you to do that. So like, for instance, if you go work for like Investec or something like that, you're probably going to hire you based off of like C++ or Java. And C# actually here in South Africa, and C# too. So they do hire for those two programming languages, three programming languages for the most part. Python, fantastic. But it would be interesting to find out, are you actually going into this to be like data scientist, or what's going on? What's your plan? What are my thoughts on ChatGPT? Good question. I've actually been playing around with it. I'd pretty much say it's good at answering questions. It's very good. I've actually been using it a little bit. So what's interesting is that when I'm solving an issue lately, I actually go to ChatGPT first before I actually go on Google, which is very interesting because it gives me a straightforward answer, straight to the point. I don't have to be branching through, going to different pages, etc. like Google. So it being I think it's a great tool to use as like something on the side, but it's not good at, like, let's say for instance I ask it to build me an app, right? If I ask it to build me an app, majority of the time it gives you like the most basic of things. So sometimes it doesn't even give you like a full-on application. It'll just tell you, let's say I prompt it, hey, build me a to-do list using MERNstack, right? What it'll actually do is it'll get a server for me, but a very basic server, right? And then it'll get me a very basic UI or something like that, right? It doesn't actually like give you like a full-on robust thing going on, right? So I think it has like proper potential to actually be a good tool, but it just... And also actually I actually noticed that actually they did this new thing where like let's say you ask it a prompt right now and say what's my name, and then, or let's say you say my name is Crichton, and then your second prompt is write me a poem. It'll actually write you a poem maybe and say, hey Crichton, this is a poem for you inside. So it takes off of like your previous prompts, which is very interesting. Very great tool for the most part, and it has a lot of potential. That's all I can say about it, you know. So should you be scared that it might take your job? Yes and no, depending on what you do. So if you're like somebody who writes poems, you're likely to get your job taken away from you, because maybe like as somebody who owns like a poem publishing company, I can just go on ChatGPT and be like, hey, listen, write me 5 poems for the next 1 week. You know, I can post those 5 different poems every day. I don't need somebody else to come write those poems for me. But as an engineer or somebody like that, like as a software engineer or whatever, I'd say you can use it to do your job better, I guess you can say, because it still has its own flaws, of course, like any other tool out there. So yeah, I mean, one day I'll actually make a video about this. Actually, yeah, I will make a video. Actually, I think that would be very interesting to make a video about that. I'm going engineering. We did C# for programming and data structure algorithms. Interesting choice. I did data structures and algorithms using Java. I actually used Udemy for that. So yeah, so I used Udemy to learn Java. There was this guy, I forgot his name, but the majority of the time if you Google Java, he's there. He's probably at the top of Java teachers, and he also teaches C# too, which is very interesting. Apparently Microsoft will start using ChatGPT on Bing, so now we're going to copy and paste code from Bing instead of Google. That's a great move from Microsoft, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a great move, because Bing sucks. and it was very interesting. I read this meme at one point, and the meme said that the funny thing is that the most Google thing on Bing is Google Chrome. So for them to use ChatGPT, wow, amazing. It'll be a steal for them. Like, it'll be like most people will actually be going more to Bing compared to actually going to Google now. So they'll be stealing a good amount of people, but I'm pretty sure Google can replicate ChatGPT with the amount of data they have. So they can replicate it and actually make it even better for the most part. So it'll be interesting to see Google do something similar to that. So I'd love to see that. Hamedani. Mosh Hamedani. Is that him? I'm not sure. Let me get it. Let me get his name actually, because I actually still do have one of his courses. I'm not sure if that's him. I don't think that's his name. That name doesn't ring a bell. I meant doing engineering. Yeah, like it'll be like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If they do that, Bing is like literally like Bing will become, might actually become the #1 search engine because of how accurate it will be. But the thing is, like, I'm curious to find out, like, some things, is it actually giving me results based off of like like, let's say, like, if I search something like what's the best way to cure a cold, is it giving me results based off of like the top search results on Google? How is it like deciding what's the best thing there? That's what I'm curious about. Okay, so actually the course is called Java Programming Masterclass. That's what it's called. And the teacher is what's his name actually? Tim Bukla. That's his name, I think. Tim Bukla. Sorry if I butchered that one. But yeah, he has like 1.27 million students. So you best believe my man is killing it. So the course was actually pretty good. Because like it was my first time learning Java and taught me a lot. So I'm not sure, maybe I'll leave a link somewhere. Bought it for like $200 or something like that, or 180 Rand. So it was a steal. Nothing can save Bing. Hey, listen! We can't judge. Listen, with the potential of ChatGPT, they can do anything. OpenAI is not very transparent with where their training data comes from. That's true. Because like it's very interesting. Because like, listen, with some information, like let's say for instance, I gave ChatGPT 3 actually a prompt. I was like, hey, what's the best daily routine to follow to become successful, right? It gave me actually a pretty good answer, but so I was like, you know what, I can trust this. But now imagine I'm like to ChatGPT 3, hey, I'm kind of sick, man. Can you suggest me a cure for my cold? What answers? Who says that answer is correct? You know what I mean? That's what I'm curious about. Who says that answer is correct? But it'll be very interesting to find that out. OpenAI, I'll never use Bing because it's not Google. You'll never. Fair enough. You know, because I've heard some people say, let me just Google it, and then they open Bing. I'm like, what? That's not Google, is it? You know, nobody says let me Bing it. You know, so fair enough. You know, it's not Google, so that's a good question. It's good point. Ironic because it's called OpenAI. Facts. True. They're not very open, are they? You know, so that's true. They're not very open. It's not very open AI, are they? So, but I mean, with these companies, man, like, they have to actually have like good secrets, because if they're very open about it, like for instance, I'm not sure what your guys' thoughts are on that company that generates images, because I heard like I heard like some argument about, oh hey, these people are using Shutterstock images, and yeah, like if you look at some images, you'll see that they took certain elements of some image, wherever. So I was very like, oh, okay, fair enough, you know. Dual monitor versus ultra wide setup. Curious to get your thoughts on it. I'm currently rocking a dual monitor setup, but I've been hearing that an ultra wide setup is actually pretty much the same as a dual monitor setup. The only difference is that you don't get the two bezels in between. So yeah, I'm rocking a dual monitor setup right now. I wish to get a ultra wide because normally I find that like actually it's a bit distracting to have like dual monitors, because you find that like on one screen you have like Netflix playing, and then on the other one you're coding, and then on the actually I'm rocking a 3 monitor setup because I have my laptop down here and I have a monitor right here and I have another monitor right there. So maybe if I have like an ultra wide, I'll be less distracted sometimes. So I'd say actually maybe I'll go for an ultra wide at some point. They're pretty expensive too, you know. I saw the G9 Samsung monitors like 50 grand. I'm not splurging 50 grand. What? Maybe at some point I will, but right now, yeah, I'm just rocking a dual monitor setup. Buying one by one. Soon! Triple monitor setup. Dual monitor anytime. Fair enough! Dual monitor gang for now. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's rock that. Wait, I'm curious. Are y'all even gonna code? Cause like I'm slowly realizing that I'm actually having a conversation more than actually coding. And another thing that's interesting, right, is that I think I never have enough size when I learn. When learning, okay? You know, this automatically solves your bug. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. That monitor looks sick. I think it's called like a super ultra wide or something like that. It's like a 49-inch ultra wide monitor. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've seen it. You just Google it. Just go Samsung G9, I think something like that. Yeah. But I mean, we're complaining about the Samsung G9. Check out the what's this? The Apple XDR something. Yeah, the Apple XDR monitor. It's like also like 60 grand, and that thing's like 32 inches. Like 50 grand. Imagine. It's crazy, but. That's a good point. Just buy a TV, right? But sometimes, you know, the setup aesthetics matter more than, you know, the TV. Because I mean, look, listen, if I'm spending like 40 hours a day, not 40 hours, man, Jesus Christ, 40 hours a day, what the heck? If I'm spending roughly 12 hours sitting and looking at this screen, it's a good argument to spend 50 grand on it. Might as well just be a 50 grand monitor, right? I mean, so I don't have enough space when learning to program on one screen. True, one screen is not enough, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not enough. Like, every time I'm coding on one screen, like, let's say I'm on the go and I'm just carrying my laptop. Like, I'm trying to refresh the screen to see what my UI looks like or whatever, and I can't even refresh. Now I have to be swiping up, change windows, all of that type of stuff, you know. So it's really becomes cumbersome and really annoying. So it's always good to just have like two screens where you code, instantly you see your results, right? So that's a good point. So yes, GeForce and Sihle, guys, we gotta start coding right now. So I'm done eating, and the point for this stream was actually to just start coding. But guys, it's nice talking to you guys. This is actually my first stream, and it's been interesting. I actually like this. I actually start doing this. So now imagine having more people than this. Wow, it's crazy. But you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. This is awesome. You guys have literally just made my day. You guys have made my day, man. Jeez. I'm gonna come back one day and look at this and be like, wow. This was my first stream. I had Sihle, GeForce, and I also had Sihle, GeForce, and Codeplay, and Matatsi, and Mr. Turner himself. I don't think anyone is going to code. Yeah. I'm starting to notice that. I'm actually starting to see that. Like, nobody's actually going to be coding here. Listen, it's not my first stream. You're right about that. I actually hosted a stream around December. One in Christmas and the day before Christmas. But I didn't actually talk to the chat. But this is my first official stream where I'm actually interacting with some real human beings, which is awesome. Load shedding. Oh man, jeez. Ish, GeForce. I'm sorry, but I got electricity. Look at that. I have lights. I have lights. I have lights. Look at this. You can't do this, can you? You can't do this. Oh, lights. You can't do this. Turn off the lights. Turn on the lights. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I did not mean to brag about electricity. This is really bad. You know what would be the worst karma? Just when I'm bragging about electricity, load shedding hits me. This would literally like shatter my confidence. Like it just goes to that would suck. I'm joking. I think that's my karma kicking in. I'm sorry. No more. No, 100%. I actually want to start doing more streams every day. We'll see how this goes. But because I'm actually using my MacBook right now, I'm using a MacBook right now. My MacBook right now to actually stream this, the camera, because I don't have a webcam or whatever. But so that's why I can't really share my screen. But as soon as I actually get like a webcam or something like that, I'll start coding live and sharing my screen to show what the heck I'm working on, what I'm doing, etc. So that'll be very interesting. But actually, I'm thinking, now that I'm thinking about it, actually, I think it's better that I actually code after the stream, because right now I'm actually having way too much fun talking to you guys. So I'm just gonna stream for like however much I can go, and then after that I'm just gonna cut the stream and go work. But yeah, Ceetla's right. This RGB stuff, man, it's nice up until, you know, load shedding strikes. And then you're like, frick, this sucks, you know? So yeah, but sometimes, oh yeah, use my phone. Wait, use my phone to run the stream? Yeah, there's a I'll work on that. I'll work on using my phone as a webcam. Just put it right there. But I don't think I can connect my phone to what's this? To the computer or whatever. And I'm also worried about my battery life, guys. Yo. Using a phone as a camera 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever, as your webcam, over the long run, this thing is gonna kill the battery life out of it. But you know, I'm gonna do more streams. I'm gonna come back, and I'll have Ceetla here, being a comedian, cracking jokes, taking my stage. Hey, Ceetla, man. Yeah, the webcam. Yeah, I'll try use it as a webcam. I know there's this software that I actually used to use. Yeah, this software that I used to use, where like you send like a link to your phone, and then after you send a link to your phone, you know, for some, that's actually possible. No ways, dude. No freaking ways. You know what? We're gonna try this. We're actually gonna try this. Because you're saying I can use a USB. So, I have a cable right here. So, GeForce, you're going to guide me through this, okay? I have a GeForce, right? I have a GeForce, what the heck? I have a cable here. Lightning to Type-C, right? My computer takes a Type-C cable. So, I'm going to plug this in to my phone. And then I'm gonna plug this Type-C connector to my computer. Boom, I've plugged it in, right? It says allow device access to phone, videos, whatever. I'm just gonna allow that. And then now, let's see how the heck this works as a webcam. Cause I know with like your MacBook, it actually works easier as a there's this new feature that they have where like you can just like put it there, and it senses that you're using your phone, etc. You have a GeForce. Tato's coming here as well. He's being a comedian. What the heck is wrong with you guys? Huh? Everybody's coming here being a comedian. What the heck? What the heck, man? You know what? Y'all. Cheers to you guys, man. Never use a TV as a monitor. Bad idea. Pixelation when you're too close to the screen. That's very true. That is very, very true. Ergonomics using a TV, they don't work, man. They really don't work. I remember looking at like what is it? A TV. I think it was like a TV. I saw a TV. It was like 32 inches, and I was like, TV, $2,000 on Takealot. I was like, perfect. TV for $2,000. That's perfect, you know. But then after that, I thought about it. I was like, looking at a TV from this close up, man, my eyes are gonna be dead in no time. But for most of you guys, us programmers, you should get some glasses. These are prescription glasses, and they block like blue lights. I'm sure you can see like a blue tint on them. Okay, that's partially due to obviously the purple light, but they're like blue light filtering glasses. So if you're sitting like the whole day on your screen, highly advise you get one of these. Protect those eyes, guys. Protect those eyes. Hey man, just joined. What are you working on? At the moment, I'm actually just entertaining the chat. So, because this is my first official stream, talking to you guys, actually getting to talk to the community. So I was just enjoying that. But in terms of a project, I have a few projects that I'm working on, but the main project, you guys are gonna have to wait for that. It'll be very interesting. I'm actually working on it as we speak, but it'll be very interesting when I do share it with you guys. I'll do a stream at some point where I'm sharing my screen, working on it, etc. I just want to use actually streams as more like a way to like just track my progress through it, and hopefully one day come back to these streams if the project that I'm working on becomes a success, you know, because you never know. Because one day I can come back to these streams and actually look back at where the project started, etc. So, you know, I can't really talk much about what I'm working on at work, so that doesn't really help much. But I'm trying to come up with a project that I can actually build in public with you guys, that I can actually share with you guys. So that'll be very interesting. Don't you mean what is he supposed to be working on? Yeah, what is he supposed to be working on? That's true. What the heck am I supposed to be working on? Because right now I'm not coding at all. So, yes guys, right now, I'm literally not working on anything. I have Sihle here talking to me. Wow guys, we actually have 5 people watching my stream right now. 5 people. GeForce, did you see this? We have 5 people. 5 people, guys. Wow. And even if the screen has no pixelation, viewing the large size. Oh heck yeah, true man. True. Like just imagine you have like a 55-inch TV right here, and you have a bug on line 56, and line 56 is like literally at the top of the screen. So like you basically pretty much have to just go, so you can't do that. That doesn't work, you know? It doesn't work much, so that'll be very, very interesting. 5 people. Wow. 5 people. Wow. That's amazing. This is amazing. This is literally amazing. Let me take this in, guys. 5 people. To have 5 people you're talking to at this time, when you're just chilling at home, and to think that you can actually just sit at a computer and actually have friends. I guess now that we've spoken, Sihle, now that we've spoken for 5 hours, man. Actually, we haven't spoken for 5 hours, but now that we've spoken for like roughly 30 to 40 minutes, dude, you're my friend now. You can't deny that. You're my friend. And GeForce as well. You're my friend now. You know? Unless, of course, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself and I'm claiming you as my friends. Fuck. Wait, I don't even know if I'm allowed to swear in my own stream. That's crazy. What if this thing gets, I don't know, shut down for swearing? Jeez. But, I'll have to probably I might have to actually put this stream on private because I don't want to be putting swearing off there. Wow. Did you see Meta got hacked again? They are so busy building Popeyes and not checking their security. Facts. That's true. That's true. That's true. They're busy here with their cartoons and shit and stuff instead of focusing on security. What the heck? Like, they don't realize how much data they actually have in their hands. Like, WhatsApp data, Facebook data, Instagram data, Messenger data. They have so much data going on out there that they're literally just trying to build us The Sims here. Who said I want to play The Sims all day? Who said I want to wear some glasses and be in The Sims? Like, what the heck? Nigga, build security for us. You know? Because, like, apparently, like, with Facebook, right? When you actually create, like, a Facebook profile, for, like, the next 30, 50 years, they're not going to delete it. They're going to have it there forever and ever. Amen. I'm actually doing some Arduino. I think it's called Arduino related courses. Wait. Oh. I've actually not messed around with Arduino before. Wait, do you have like that little thing that looks like a Raspberry Pi that you're messing around with? Okay, that's actually a good question. Can I tell you guys about my journey in coding and stuff? Okay, you're gonna want to hear this. So I actually got into coding pretty interestingly via a friend. I guess you could put it that way. But I mean, look, I've always had a dream about actually becoming like some coder somehow, you know? Especially if you watch like hacker movies, etc., right? If you watch The Social Network, etc. I don't know what, I think it's iRobot or Robots or whatever. So if you watch those types of movies, as a kid, it actually makes you want to become like a coder automatically. Whether you like it or not, you're automatically going to become like some type of coder. So, but before that, I actually wanted to be like a lawyer or an actor. I remember I acted in some colleges and stuff when they make like movies like as like a project, a final project and stuff. So I actually acted in some movie for fun, and it was like it was not a full-on movie, but it was like just a short movie. And I actually liked that, and I was like, oh, you know what, let me just become a movie actor or something like that, an actor or whatever. That's gonna be interesting. But after a bit of Googling, I was like, am I really gonna reach Chris Hemsworth level? The Rock type of stuff? It's gonna take a lot for me to get there. Because, you know, like, it's pretty straightforward to become an actor. Control your emotions. Can I cry on demand? I can't cry on demand sometimes. So they kind of have to, like, put, like, some drops on you so you can cry. So it looks like you're crying, you know. So I can't cry on demand. So I'm not really going to make it out there. But I can cram a script for sure. But that did not work out. So I changed my mind. Let me become a lawyer. Thought about becoming a lawyer. Heard that you can be in varsity, and when you get to varsity, actually, you find that there's like 500 students in a class, right? If there's 500 students in a class, they might only come and take one or two of those students, right? So competition is pretty high to become a lawyer. I was a kid at that point. So of course I'm not thinking, you know what, I can beat any type of competition. Who's competition? You know? So I get scared. I'm like, ooh, out of 500 people. Man, in my circle, yes, I might be like up there, but once you get out of your own comfort zone and you face other people, you're gonna get beaten. You're gonna get eaten. You know? Wait, let me hold on with that story actually. Let me read the chat. Have I watched the show Silicon Valley? Of course, brother. Of course. Of course. Of course. I've watched Silicon Valley. Yin Yang. Yin Yang. Erlich Bachman. You know, Richard. Yeah, of course. Yin Yang. Yeah, he's funny. He's funny as heck. Likes bothering Erlich Bachman on some Erlich Bachman, is your refrigerator running? And some stuff, you know. So yeah. So I've watched it 100%. I love that show. I should actually watch it again. But yeah, like, man, they want you to cry on demand, you know, as an actor. So can't be doing that, you know, can't be depressing myself out there, you know, because like if you want to cry on demand, obviously you have to think about something that makes you sad, you know. So yes, try and think about something, right? So my trick was to try and think about like some kid up in Africa starving, you know, doesn't have shoes, hoping that would work. It didn't work, so I was like, oh, damn it, okay. Maybe if I use death as a way to make myself cry, let's just pretend like somebody I love dies or something like that, you know? And then maybe I can cry. So, but yeah, that kind of works. It makes you sad. You start being sad. There's tears start coming, but they don't come on time, you know? Yeah, so you're like, by that time you're like, you know what, I'm done with this, you know? So yeah, I quit being a lawyer. I was like, I'm done with that. Thought about becoming a doctor. I was like, am I really willing though to be cutting people up and stuff? No. So I decided to go with the safest option. Become a programmer. Sit at a desk the whole day, touch a computer, mess around. What could go wrong? So yeah, started that. At that point, I was actually just thinking about it. You must Vicks for crying must. Oh heck yeah! So take a bit of Vicks, you know, just put it right there. Start crying. Quick things. You know. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Just apply some stuff there, you know. It'll just solve the problem quick, you know. So yeah, 100%. Just put it there, you know. But yeah, I just decided that like becoming a programmer or something is the best choice. But I didn't think about it for a while. For a while, I was just sitting there, just going, I can be that, I can be that, I can be that. You know. Funny thing is, as a kid, at some point, you actually start considering other things. You start going, you know what? I could actually just become a soccer player, man. Let me just become a soccer player. Screw this. Let me just become a soccer player. So at some point, I actually wanted to become a soccer player. I was very much convinced that I'm actually gonna become a soccer player. I was like, man, I'm gonna be Simpure Shabalala, bruh. Like, I'm gonna score the World Cup and I'm gonna win. But I never did. I never became a soccer player. So, yeah. Boot camps versus varsity. Good question. I would personally... It depends. Okay, let's just say it depends. How fast are you trying to become a software engineer? If you're trying to become a software engineer as fast as you can, bootcamp. Straight up, go for a boot camp. You'll be a software engineer within 6 months, right? But if you're trying to get like a bit of accreditation, get that piece of paper, socialize, get to know some people, you know, you have 3 years to spare. You know, if you have like 3 years to spare and all that type of stuff, then 100%, man, go with varsity. And you also have like a few extra 400k, 300 grand to spare as well. Then go ahead, man, go with varsity. But if you want to do the quickest route, I'd say self-taught. Self-taught can be done 6 months, 3 months even, you know. Boot camp can also be done in like 3 to 6 months too, but you have to find a really good boot camp, you know, really good one. I remember at some point I wanted to apply for this one called Hyperion Dev. I wanted to apply for that one. I think like it was like 60 grand. And it was gonna be like 6 months or something like that, or three to 6 months, somewhere there. And it looks fantastic. In theory, it looks fantastic, but I don't know how it is. Maybe somebody has been there, so. Oh yeah, bursary too. I got myself actually a bursary actually to study, to do what I'm doing. I got myself a bursary actually, so. You have a bursary option too. I got one. So yeah, you can always have somebody cover it for you, or you can have NSFAS cover it for you too. But yeah, you have to obviously be good at it in order to get that bursary. So yeah, 100%. Like varsities. Listen, the number one thing that I can tell you is that for the most part, right? If you are able to show your experience to a recruiter or an employer or something, to show that you can do, you know how to do what you say you can do in your CV or your resume or whatever, right? If you can show that you can do that, trust me, they're gonna take you. So if you have like some YouTube channel, some Twitter accounts, some websites where you show what you do, and all of that stuff, they're gonna take you 100%, right? And for the most part, they might actually even take you way more than somebody who has actually done a degree, because I know a lot of people who have actually done degrees but don't actually like know what they're doing. You know, some people just go into it for the money because like, oh, they hear, oh, you can make up to like 100k a month as an engineer. Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm safe, I'm secure. AI can replace everybody else but not me. But for the most part, if you're like learning, getting those skills, building projects and stuff, at some point, experience matters more than just the qualification. What did you actually study? So I studied a degree called Bachelor's in Computer and Information Science, and it's in application. The major is application development. So yeah. So 100% like value experience and understanding what you're doing more than anything else. Don't, because some people go to varsity purely just with the mindset that once I get this degree, I immediately get a job, which is not true. You can go after you get your degree and go into like a graduate program or something like that, and actually just do whatever, right? But what I would highly advise is that, let's say you are on your 3rd year or something like that. So I actually started doing internships when I was in my 2nd year, right? I did an unpaid internship with some company for like a month or 2 or something like that, because one thing I can tell you, doing an unpaid internship is not nice. Really not nice. So yeah, one thing I can tell, yeah, so if you start doing like an internship or something before you actually even graduate, that will actually put you way far compared to your peers who are actually just still studying only. But one thing, the issue with doing an internship or working while studying is that your marks take like a huge toll. Like my marks dropped, damn, nearly like 50-40%, you know. For instance, let's take let's say I'm just let's for like for instance, right, with one module, I would have been getting like a 90 before, but after getting a job where I'm working full time and schooling full time, my marks dropped like from that to literally like 60s, sometimes even 50s, you know, which is not good, So you obviously have to pick up that slack up and come back home, do all of this, do all of that, but you're usually so exhausted that you don't actually even have the energy to do anything sometimes, you know, because like work is very, very stressful to the mind. So it takes a lot for you as a person to actually just sit there and be able to take that torture. But the reality is, as a person, you have to be willing to take that torture, right? Nothing that's worth a lot comes easy, right? So you always have to come back to that thing of like, okay, you know what? If it was easy, then everybody would do it, right? If it was easy, everybody would have a job and be schooling at the same time, right? But the reality is most people don't do that. Most people just get a job and maybe they get paid the first salary or something like that, however much it is, and then they're like, oh, the money's coming from this side, and then as soon as money starts coming from that end, they just go, okay, you know what, I'm done with this, I'm just gonna focus on purely one thing, I'm just gonna focus on the job, and they drop their degree, right, and they just focus on that one thing. But lucky for me, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a job because I want the experience, because like I noticed that like by listening, which is why it's very important to actually listen to other people who are way ahead of you. And I listened to one uncle of mine who's actually an engineer, and the advice he gave me was, listen, he made it pretty clear that actually experience matters way more than just a piece of paper, right? Some companies, yeah, they'll be like, hey, you need to have a degree, you need to have this, you need to have that, right? But even if I don't have a degree, I can still apply to the very same job that somebody who has, whenever, even if they say they want a degree, I can still apply to that job, right? But I feel like degrees for engineers, like especially like being like somebody who's like in software, IT, etc., that's those types of things, depending on what you're doing, of course, degrees are kind of a little overrated, I guess you could put it like that. So like if you're trying to be like a UI designer, right, let's say a front-end designer, do you really need to go and learn about database administration? You know, do you really need that? Not much. In practice, once you get into the real world where you're actually working, you find that majority of the time, the workflow is pretty much straightforward. Like you'll sit there, the client tells you what they want, you design, you maybe like come up with the structure of what the client wants, you design that one thing, get feedback, make some changes, build the thing, right? But yeah, like for the most part, varsity wants to take your money, right? The school system wants to take your money. But the same thing does not apply for other people, right? So if you want to be a lawyer, I can't say varsity is overrated. If you want to be a lawyer, you need to go there. You need like that piece of paper is like your entrance ticket to that industry, you know? So it's kind of different for that person, right? But if you're gonna be taking another person who, like even a doctor as well, like that piece of paper certifies you to be like, hey, you can actually perform surgery or something like that. You can learn to perform surgery or whatever. But before that, man, as an engineer, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do you really need a piece of paper to delete a database? If you delete a database, man, you screwed up. You screwed up. But you need to learn from doing. And that's one thing, like, if a teacher's gonna come to class and be like to you, hey guys, listen, today let's talk about UML diagrams, right? If you're gonna be talking about UML diagrams for a whole week, that doesn't really help much, does it? Right? If you're learning about UML diagrams for a whole week and you have another person who's sitting at home and he probably looks at a UML diagram and is like, oh, okay, I understand. Okay, so that's supposed to work like that, and it's like maybe 5 hours you could purely understand what a UML diagram kind of is supposed to be, and then after that, for the next 4 days, you're just purely coding, right? You're purely coding and coding and coding and coding. But whereas if you're in varsity, they have to take it at a certain pace, right? Because like not every student is as fast to understand something as other students, right? So all of that like plays a huge factor as to how fast you actually learn things. So I think, yeah, like varsity is for some people and some people it's not for them. But yeah, if you feel like it's for you, 100% go for it, right? You'll become better over time, and but yes, 100% I'd advise get an internship before you even graduate, because it sucks to actually, well, I'm not in that position, but I would imagine it sucks to graduate, but after you graduate you have to sit there and start looking and stressing about finding a job, right? But whereas if you're already interning for a specific company, by the time you graduate, man, you're sorted. You have a job, you're working. So I wake up in the morning and I'm like, yeah, let me go to work, you know? But some people are just waking up in the morning and just chilling, you know, binging a little bit, binging a bit of that, binging a bit of that. Just get an internship, man, before that time where you need to get an internship like ASAP comes. Because if you need to get an internship ASAP now, there's a lot of pressure, because like a lot of people now, there's like new graduates, there's like 100 of you guys applying to the very same internship, right? Whereas if I started applying for an internship in like March or in April or May or somewhere there, and in the middle of the year, you know, you're good. Like you have like a good 6 months to become familiar with how things work, etc., etc. And then by the time you're done with the degree, you have a job. That's one piece of advice that I would give you. What microphone am I using? I actually got this on Takealot. I think it's called like a Fifine T7 something, or T7 something, T77 blah 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 blah, some code or whatever. The mic is like just a little over a K. Yeah, just a little over a K. So that's the mic I'm using. I hope it sounds pretty good, because for 1,000 rand, I'm expecting good value for money. You know, I mean, it's not 6 grand for a sure mic or whatever, but it does the job pretty much, right? But yes, guys, 100%. Literally, I'm 21 right now, and there's a what do you do during code build? So yeah, like I'm 20. Yeah. What the real question is, what do you do during code build? Wait, what do you mean by that? What do I do during code build? I'm trying to understand. What do you mean by that? Wow. Seven watching people. We've made it, guys. We passed the milestone of 4. We first had, initially I had 1 person, and then I had 2, I had 3, and then I had 4, and then I had 5, and then I had 6, and then I had 7, I had 8. Somebody went out, and now I'm back at 7. You're 21. Yes, I'm 21. I wonder how old you thought I was.
What do I do during code build while my code is compiling? That's a good question, man. Let me tell you. Do you want the truth or the lie? Do you want the truth or the lie? Listen, I'm gonna tell you, okay? One of two things, okay? Sheesh! 23, 24? Damn! That's great. It's the beard, isn't it? It's the beard. But Butelo's like 25. Nigga, you know how old I am. Butelo, you know how old I am. What the heck, dude? 25. What the heck, man? Yeah, I did, man. I did. I actually graduated this year, you know? No, man, listen. CK, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. What do I do during code build? Firstly, actually, interesting thing about checking your phone. I actually recently got this mobile app, right? I got this app. Guys, listen. I highly advise you get this app. Highly. Just hold on for a sec, okay? Let me explain it to you guys. So the app is called OneSec, right? It's called OneSec. So what it does is, I noticed that I actually open my Twitter a good amount of times a day, right? So what the app does is, let's say I'm on here. Can you see? I hope you can see my screen, right? This Twitter's right there, right? So let's say I try to open Twitter and I click open Twitter. So what the app does is, it will say take a deep breath. So I have to breathe in and breathe out. Right? And then after I breathe out, it's gonna tell me. So on the screen there, it's written how many times I've actually tried to open the app within the last 24 hours. And it says I've tried to open the app 11 times today. And then it says the last time I used the app was 7 hours ago. Normally, it would probably say the last time I used the app was probably 30, 40 minutes ago, right? But this app, guys, actually prevents you from actually opening Twitter. Okay, you can still open it after you take a deep breath or whatever, and it will say, do you want to continue to open Twitter, or do you actually don't want to open Twitter? It's written down there actually. It says continue to Twitter, or I don't want to open Twitter anymore. So what tends to happen is after I take that deep breath, after I'm like, I let it out, my life has changed, man. I don't want to open Twitter anymore. I'll be like, screw this. I'm gonna waste my time here. Yeah. So I highly advise you get that app if you feel like you're opening your TikToks too much, your Instagrams too much, or whatever social media app you wanna stop using too much. Because by the time you take that deep breath and you breathe out, yeah, man, your mind has changed. You've changed your mind. Sometimes you can still be thinking clearly. You'll be thinking clearly and be like, you know what? Boom. Let me open the app. But yeah. Highly advise you get that app if you want to control your social media intake. You know, it's a good way to just control your dopamine levels. So yeah. Am I 21? Did you actually go to varsity? Yes, I did. I actually did. I'm graduating my graduation is this year. So yeah, I finished last year. So yes, guys. Highly advise that. Does it work for YouTube Shorts? Wait, does YouTube Shorts have its own app? No, because to my knowledge, it does not limit you to YouTube Shorts, but it limits you to opening the YouTube app. You can make it stop from you from opening the YouTube app. 22 and you're doing your second. Man, listen man, the degree The degree, the amazing thing about getting a degree is that after you finish it, it doesn't write when you finished it, at what time you finished it, when. It doesn't, man. If it took me 5 years to finish it, it took you 2 years to finish it, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we all get the same piece of paper, man. That's what matters. It's not about how long it takes, man. It's about what you do to get there. I don't know if that's a code, but I just made that up. I messed it. I'm not gonna lie, I messed it up. So I was just like, screw it. Let me make it up. Let me butcher it. But CJ, man, listen, man, we all gonna get there at some point, man. So that's what matters. Do you use WSL? WSL. What is WSL? I'm curious. Because you see with these abbreviations, right? WSL can mean anything, man. Listen, during those times, man, where my code is compiling, firstly, sometimes I've probably drank so much water that I need to take a piss. So I'll take a piss. Go out, go take a piss, or whatever. Come back. If it's still compiling, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I cancel, I rebuild, right? And then I'll go, cause I use like a, what is it? A ROG computer, right? So I'd imagine because it has a graphics card, it'll be pretty fast. But if it's not fast enough, man, then I'm gonna be crying. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not a Linux user. I'm not a Linux user at the moment. I actually do have a friend who uses Linux. At some point, I am thinking about actually dual booting my machine, my MacBook, to use Linux. But I've been contemplating since Mac OS is actually based off of Unix, which is a subset of Linux, right? So at the moment, I might not dual boot my MacBook to Linux, but I might dual boot my Windows computer to Linux because Windows sometimes kind of sucks. But then I've noticed something actually, because I use the terminal on MacBook a lot. So yeah, like they have terminal, and this terminal actually on Windows is actually kind of simulating the terminal on Mac. You know, so which is very, very cool. So I like my Mac terminal. Trust me, it's the best. I don't like command prompt, so but yeah. But now I use the terminal on Windows, so it's pretty does what I needed to do at the moment. At some point, I will get to Linux. Don't worry. For now, you can tell me what a WSI is like, or WSL. Yeah, WSL. What that's like, you know. Am I a mobile dev? Yes, I do a certain level of mobile dev. At the moment, the number one tool that I'm using for mobile dev is Ionic. If any of you guys are familiar with Ionic, that's what I'm messing around with. I use it. I mainly, at the moment, I'm using Ionic with Angular. Even I'm fine with React too, but I also do mobile. I do web dev too as well. So if any of you guys do web dev, team dev, team web. Actually, wait guys, I think it's better actually if I look this way actually. I think that gives it more of like an attitude where it looks like I'm actually having a conversation with you guys instead of actually just looking that way to the screen. But let's just do this so that I'm actually having a conversation with you guys right here. Let's do this. And then we do that. There we go. So yes, I like MacBook terminals. You can also customize it to not look like every hack. Absolutely, man. I used to actually, let me tell you guys something, okay? If you want to scare people, if you go to Starbucks and you actually want to scare people, what you can do is take your terminal, put the green theme on it, right? And then once you put the green theme on it, I think it's called like Homebrew or something like that, right? Wait, is it brew? It's something brew, right? That's the name of the theme. So put that theme, and after you put that theme, go sit somewhere where people can see your screen, right? Open terminal, and then after that, just write some scripts that are gonna give you stats of your computer. Just loads. That is one way to scare the person who's sitting next to you to leave Starbucks, because they're gonna think you're hacking them or something. So yeah. What's the next thing? A code with me live, and absolutely zero coding was done. Good night, y'all. Matati, man. Matati, you don't have to do this to me, hey? But listen, girl, listen. Tomorrow we're gonna code. It's just that I got carried away. Like, this was interesting to me, you know, because I've actually never ran a live stream before that's like this, where I have people that I'm interacting with. So this was very interesting for me, you know. So yeah, like it's very so this was very interesting, my Tati. Tomorrow we'll be here, okay? Good night, my Tati. Tomorrow we're here, we're coding. 2 to 3 hours of coding. We're here. Go to gym, do whatever, come back home, start coding. Hopefully you don't have load shedding. Bruv, you know where we can get vac work or internships? I'm hungry for experience. Best tip I can give you: go on your LinkedIn and make it as good looking as possible. You know, make it as good looking as possible. Post some stuff on there, and just search for juniors, for entry level positions. I know usually what they do is they say, oh, want an entry level developer with 4 years experience, which is bonkers to me. It's crazy. Doesn't make sense why an entry level position should have experience in the first place. But if just by doing that, you can actually just apply to the position. It doesn't matter. Just apply. Make your CV very good, that they even want you for an interview, and apply, man. Apply to 100 positions if you have to. Eventually one will answer. Trust me, one will answer eventually. Also Twitter, track your progress on there, upload what you're working on, all these things. Start a YouTube channel if you have to. I started this YouTube channel like 3-4 years ago whilst I was still in high school, and but then back then though I wasn't really doing much programming. I was just doing some dumb stuff. I actually hid some of those videos, but 3 years ago, something like that, that's when I started posting like programming content and stuff. In terms of like places that I have internships and stuff, I know places that have graduate programs. There's a lot of places that have graduate programs, like your Deloitte. I think it's called Deloitte. I'm not sure. I think something like that. Your Investex. A lot of established companies have internship programs running right now. So I'd highly advise you look into that. Let's see. What is my man? Type tree command on the terminal. Sihle. You don't want to scare people, okay? Don't scare people. Don't scare people. Don't scare people. But I'm just that's a hack though. That's a hack. You know? Guys, this was awesome. I don't even know how long this stream has gone on for, to be honest with you. But this was the most amazing stream we've ever had. It was fantastic, guys. It was awesome. It was great talking to you guys. I'm gonna call it a night now, and got some code to write. So, but this was awesome, guys. I'd like to just thank all of you guys for tuning in, watching my stream, interacting with me. This word interact, man, jeez. Yeah, just interacting with me, talking to me via the chat, cracking jokes. This was all amazing, guys. I really appreciate it a lot. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope I don't disappoint you guys. I post more often, and see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. I'll be running another live stream tomorrow. But tomorrow, guys, we're working, right? Promise me that. We're working. Less talk, more work tomorrow. So, bless you guys and have a good night, guys. Cheers. Bye-bye. Mm-mm.